All right. So it's Saturday night. I'm up here with my kids. They all sleep. And so I figured I'd drop a video for y'all real quick. I was looking around for some news stories to drop. And I found this: Walmart stopped selling e-cigarettes in U.S. as reports of vaping-relating deaths soar. Yo, I love how the news lies. This is why I have a YouTube. I should not have a YouTube channel. All right. But, like, legitimately, I'm the only motherfucker I'm one of the few people who's willing to tell the truth to you. And point out where these people are full of shit. The U.S. retailer giant Walmart Inc. has announced it will no longer sell electronic cigarettes and electronic nicotine delivery products at its U.S. stores due to reports of vaping-related lung disease and deaths. According to an internal company memo sent out by Walmart employees on Friday and seen by Reuters, the retailer is concerned with the growing teenage interest in vape smoking, as well as the alarming number of reports on cases of vaping-related lung disease and deaths. It is noted that the current uncertainty over regulations regarding vape smoking at federal, state, and local levels also makes it difficult to continue selling vape-related products. The data from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control presented earlier this week shows the number of vaping-related lung disease has risen to 530 probable cases, up from 380 last week. 8 people so far have died in mysterious ailments attributed to the habit. So, it's 580 people got sick, and 8 people died. Again, 8 people died. All right, people get sick all the time from nonsense on a constant basis. This is fucking retarded. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration on Thursday launched a criminal probe into the recent spike in vaping-related illnesses. It has collected more than 150 vape product samples in order to test them for traces of nicotine, cannabinoids, opiates, pesticides, poisons, toxins, and other potential dangerous substances. I'm just gonna let it. We're gonna let it go. We're gonna let it rock. All right. Walmart's action on Friday follows bans on sales of flavored vaping products, which are especially attracted to youngsters. I don't think they understand that the majority of dudes who are out here vaping are basic bitches. All right, and these basic dudes like basic shit. Okay. These people are the individuals who are like guys who if they show up at the bar, they're not shooting whiskey. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know that whiskey tastes like fucking poison. They're shooting some mixed drink or some retarded. This is why, like, men used to be men, okay? Like, because you had to be responsible for your fucking self. In the states of New York and Michigan, also, President Donald Trump's administration recently announced plans to remove all flavored e-cigarettes from stores, and as half the cases of vape-related illnesses are people younger than 25. With 16% aged under 18, a congressional subcommittee is scheduled to hold a hearing on the outbreak next Tuesday. According to Politico, the government is drafting a bipartisan bill which is to ban vaping flavors other than tobacco, as well as apply existing tobacco vapes or taxes to vaping products, and launch a campaign describing the health risk posed by e-cigarettes. A recent study by New York State Department of Health suggested that vitamin E acetate, a thickening agent, and THC oil, which is inhaled during vape smoking, is to blame for the lung diseases. However, leading makers of nicotine e-cigarettes, including Juul Labs, British American Tobacco PLC, Imperial Brands PLC, all claim their products do not contain vitamin E compounds. And they're not the ones who are getting sick. That's kind of the fucking point. All right, so not only did I do this, I grabbed this one too. Right, which is, how's this look on y'all? How's this look to y'all? Man, listen, you go away. You really can't see a whole lot, but I'll try to help you out some. The number of people who have fallen sick from mysterious blah, 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 blah. Right, all right, now, this is an actual article with some real numbers, so I wanted to bring this to you, right? An outbreak of deadly vaping lung disease has sickened 530 people, mostly young men, and killed seven federal health officials said Thursday, adding an investigators still haven't found the cause. The number of people who have fallen sick, though, so far dramatically risen from 380 patients identified last week. Officials from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention told reporters on a conference call Thursday patients have been found across 38 states and 1 territory. Health officials shared a few details on what exactly is making people sick and broadly encouraging people to avoid vaping amid their investigation. Why, of course they are. Man, listen. More than half the people who have fallen ill younger than 25, with 16% of all patients younger than the age of 18. CDC principal, there we go, Deputy Director Ann Schwat said that 3/4 of the patients are male. She urged people to give up e-cigarettes and other vaping products while the CDC investigates the cause. Until we know more, if you are concerned about specific health risks, the CDC recommends that you do not use e-cigarettes or vaping products, Schwat said. Health officials are struggling to figure out what's making people sick. Some patients are reluctant to disclose what they were vaping, especially THC, which is illegal in most states. Go figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is... I'm torn on the making weed legal thing anymore, because every time you do it, the state turns communist. Like, back in the Vietnam War, they used to stand here and say, like, they're putting stuff in the dope, to make you not want to fight, right? But, like, the reality is that, weed just turned you into a communist. I'd like to stress how challenging this situation is. As patients have been exposed to a variety of products and substances, they may not know the contents or sources of these products, and in some instances may be reluctant or too ill to disclose all the details of interest, Shushat said. Most patients report vaping THC, the compound that produces a high in marijuana, Shushat said. Yeah, you know where you get marijuana, like like they call them dabs. Do you know where you get this shit from? Drug dealers, all right, the vast majority of times. All right, and look, man, people making shit in their bathtub oftentimes does not turn out well. Like, it is what it is. And not only that, like, anything you buy on the black market, like, you accept the fact that you're probably going to get sick. Or you may have the chance of getting sick. Like, I know that, like, recently there's been a lot of, like, pretty safe stuff out there. I'll tell you what, man, like, Martin Lawrence used to say it, and I'm going to say it now. The dope man used to sell ooh-wee. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, look, I've had my shit laced once or twice when I was a kid. Legit, when I was smoking weed, man, listen, they gave me some ooh-wee one time. I swear to God, dude. Like, I was sitting on a park bench in the middle of a mountain, right? I was up my buddy's house. I was in the middle of a mountain. A tree got up out of its roots, walked across the street, and waved at me. There was cars going by, and they wasn't even there. I had to go knock on a priest's door to find a ride home. Ended up hitchhiking in the back of a pickup truck with a bunch of Mexicans. Man, it was not positive. I had one time, man, they hit my shit with some ooh-wee. I don't even know what it was. We were stepping over pipes and shit and chasing midgets. It was bad. But this is the risk you take when you do drugs, okay? Because, like, drugs are not safe. You know what I mean? It's part of the danger of doing it. It's like roller coasters. Like, the whole reason you're scared of a roller coaster isn't because it's completely safe. All right? You're scared of a roller coaster because you're scared you're going to fly the fuck off of that bitch and land on top of somebody else, or on a spike, or on top of a food court. It's that small risk of danger of something. Like, if things go bad, people sort of go, oh, man, I didn't sign up. Like, yes, you did. That's literally what you do. Like, don't get anything misunderstood about that. The FDA is analyzing more than 150 samples of the presence for the presence of the broad range of substances, including nicotine, THC, other cannabinoids, cutting agents, opioids, toxins, and poisons, Zeller said. The FDA's Office of Criminal Investigations has formally opened its own probe looking at what is making people sick and what is happening in the supply chain, Zeller said. The office is not pursuing any persecutions of personal use of any controlled substances in these cases. Well, yeah, because the FDA doesn't charge people. Like, it's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's... Officials in New York State and elsewhere initially suspected vitamin E acetate, which is found in many of the vaping devices used by patients, as a possible cause, but Zeller said it hasn't been found in every case. Our laboratory analysis continued to show a mix of results, he said. There's no one compound, ingredient, constituent, including vitamin E acetate, is showing up in all of the samples tested. But I just need to leave it at the more of a general level. Zeller said it's premature to say what the regulatory actions the FDA might take. You don't need regulatory actions, all right? Like, what you need to do is, like, some people are going to get sick. You know what I mean? That is the risk you take when you put a foreign substance into your body that isn't food or water. Like, legit. You know what I mean? You put too much sugar in it. This is what happens. And if you eat too spicy of wings, it can kill you. All right? Like, bad things can happen. You have to accept that fact. All right? Death waves at all of us. All a man can do is smile and wave back. Marcus Aurelius, my friends. Tom Peace, Pinoid News. Like the content, do me a favor, give it a share. YouTube's not helping no more. It is what it is. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.